Thanks for tapping in with 95 South TV, hosted by IKONE and King Jacob, bringing you the best news and media through the efforts of the community. We interview nonprofit organizations, business owners, school teachers, spiritual leaders, and anybody who has an impact in the community that has a remarkable backstory. These professionals that we bring on this show has a story that will wow you, that will knock your socks off. And with that being said, we want you to tune in, keep it locked. We want you to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Be a dedicated listener. Come in, and if you require to do an interview, you can definitely reach out to us at 95southpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for your ongoing support. Your support is needed. It's appreciated. Tune in every Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Donnie. And we here on 95 South TV. Once again, first and foremost, want to thank God for this opportunity, because without him, there would be no opportunity for us to do what we're doing or whatever. So this morning, first and foremost, I got my right hand man. He like that uncle to come to your party or whatever, tell everybody who your mama is, who your daddy ain't, and all that kind of is. You know what I'm saying? Man, Mr. Voiceover himself, your baby mama favorite host, Jacob the Great. What's going on, fam?
What's up, man? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody, man. Yeah, I'm like that uncle that get everybody together, all 12 of you. Fall in line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. So this morning, man, we got a special treat, man. We got somebody like a son to me, man. Been rocking and rolling with, we were rocking and rolling together for shit. I don't know what's going on now. Maybe about good 7, 8 years since I know this young man. And he one half of the group Dove. He the co-founder of the new version of COG Entertainment, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got the singer, songwriter, engineer, photographer, videographer. He just a jack of all kind of trades. You know what I'm saying? We got my man THD in the building. What's
Shit, man,
going
what's going on,
on?
man? THD again, man. You know what I'm saying? One half of Dove, man. R&B singer, the whole nine, man. So what's going on, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, so just real quick, just tell the folk once again what the meaning of Dove. What's that name mean? Like the acronym or whatever of Dove.
So with Dove, it means determination of verified emotion. So basically what we're giving you is a range of different vibes, a range of different emotions. We want to cater to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We want, we got our little, emotional music, but then we can get hype too. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying, with us and the whole CLG family as a whole, we really can give you any vibe now. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is, man. CLG, that's over everything.
Yeah. So basically, when this young man came out with his new album, and I went and I listened to it last week, and I'm gonna tell you like this: I immediately called him because I got super excited. You know what I'm saying, about what I was hearing, because one thing that me and Jacob talk about all the time is this generation does not know how to make R&B music. Everybody want to make club stuff. Everybody want they want to make love. They want to have sex with the girl. They want to f the girl. They don't want to make love no more. And man,
For real.
you know what I'm saying? Making love, making music. You know what I'm saying? And he got this new joint, y'all, called Favorite X. And when I heard this joint, first of all, when I just seen the title, I said, "Oh,
I
this is
got I got a
yeah,
few of them.
yeah." I said, yeah. And like we just talked about, and I immediately called him and I said, "Man, listen, I know you got a bunch of joints on here, but that Favorite X, when he's talking about shooting the video, you got to go with that one first. So just tell us what made
Excuse me.
what a song called Favorite X."
All right, so we just to keep it simple, but I'm gonna explain it out. I gotta shout out my boy Cam LK. He on the team too, man. CLG Cam. Man, me and him was sitting back listening to this record. You know what I'm saying? I came across this producer. We was sitting there listening to this record, and I just kept saying like favorite X, favorite X. I kept singing that part. So I got my boy Cam LK on the, I called him on the phone. I was just like, bro, let's write this. Because Cam is like probably one of the best writers in CLG, like by far. Man, sent them the record, man. We sat down and collaborated on it, man. And I was like, with Favorite X, I'm like, this something a lot of people want to say, but they just won't say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for me with Favorite X, it was just for more so me saying, I'd be the spokesman for people that don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like we all then thought about it at one point. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shame in it. You know what I'm saying? So me and Cam got on. We collaborated. He sent me like a reference of his part, and he was just like, "Hey man, let's put this together, man. But you gotta record the record, man." It was history since then, man. And I knew I put that one first on the album because I knew everybody was gonna like vibe to that because that's something people ain't expecting. Like I got a lot of calls from people like, "Bro, you dropped that?" I'm like, I mean, it's music, it's expression. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say it, so let's drop it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what we was on, man.
Yeah, because like I was telling Jacob, when I heard, and I called him, and I called Cream, and I said,
Huh?
man, I said because everybody, you might like you said, everybody don't want to admit it, but everybody got that one. You've been living long enough, you got that one where you be like, man, I might not be back with her, but if I had that one, what they call it, hall pass, you might go back for the day. Or if your current girl do something that you don't like, and you might be thinking in your head, man, my old girl would have never done that. Or if going through this is what my girl would have did to me. She might have took my head and put it in her breast and come on, baby, it's okay. It's certain things
Yeah,
that you might be like, man, why'd I ever leave her or whatever the case may be. So, and so basically, and then like I also on the flip side, like I was telling Jacob, y'all made an album. So Doug made an album, their first album called Toxic. And Toxic might have been ahead of his time because we right now we in the era where women are truly bashing men, especially black men. So Toxic and Favorite X would have been perfect for this time frame as far as women in the club, women at the house. Man, yeah, Favorite X. Oh man, he knew men. I can't stand him. This, that, and the third. So,
yeah.
I'm feeling you on that. So, Jacob, you can jump in now.
Well, I just want to say, man, congratulations first of all, and
Appreciate it.
about that favorite X man. Yeah, like you said, man, as I look back on and some years that went on, man, and social media when people keep up with you, I feel I feel my exes. I say, "Oh, man, Jacob, how you messed it up?" You know what I mean? And then that record kind of made me think about it. Like I was like, man, let me change the narrative and just send them and say, man, just listen, peace and blessings. Don't say
Yeah,
nothing else. Just listen, peace and blessings. And so and I did that. And first thing they hit me back, like, what are you trying to say? What's really going on? Nothing. Just listen to the record. That's all. Just giving you some new game of a new, fresh, improved artist, and I'm gonna leave it there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So man, share that with your frat sisters. Share that with your share that with the Eastern Stars. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because they like good music too, and they want to see young people put out good music. So favorite X is great, but man, listen, that favorite X is dope, but man, too far,
got you.
bro, 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 too, man, come on. And so, what what mental capacity, what emotional state were you in when you were just not just begin writing, but just vibing off the instrumental of Too Far, and then kind of just saying the melody in your head, like was you thinking about something you went through in the past, or was you thinking about someone of your homies went through? Like, what was your mental state in your capacity?
Got you. I mean, it was kind of it was a little bit of everything. And the reason I say that is because, you know what I'm saying, when we put this project together, with the team that helped me put it together, COG, we want to make it all make sense as far as a storyline, which is why I put that favorite X first. Because for me, like favorite X is more so just like that's like the letter just saying, look, man, I'm just gonna put it all on the table for you. But don't go too far to me gave me more of an aggressive vibe. Like, look, man, I know I'm telling you how I feel, but hey, man, we may be able to, rekindle some things. Don't go too far from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just needed some up tempo that was going, everybody can't really get with the slower sound. So I wanted to kind of be versatile and give other, like get a club and give them a vibe where it's like, okay, this is really what he's saying, but he gonna give it to y'all in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make it a story. Like it started off where, I gotta tell her how I feel first. You know what I'm saying? I gotta tell her what's going on in my mind. I gotta sit down and talk to her. But then also after I finish talking to her, after I finish doing that, you know, that ending statement is, look, man, don't go too far from me because you never know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the future holds. So that was really that vibe that was giving me. I was trying to make it make sense. You know, when I'm putting them records together, especially with Cream and the team, when they listen to it, the biggest thing, even with Pops, the biggest thing with you, Pops, is hey, it gotta make sense. We could put out a bunch of
Yeah,
songs, but it got it. It's almost it has to tell a story all the way to the end. Cause that I just felt like that was a great ending statement. Like, look, man, I don't know where we're gonna end up. Just don't go too far from me. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the vibe I was going for. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
superstar stuff, man. And then when I get there too, man, I was like, okay, so man, is he really on some Tank and he and Eric Roberson, and I was like, man, like he on a different vibe, man, and man, and I was listening to October London probably like, uh, so me and my brothers and my nephew went to the barber shop, and the barber is like one of the biggest October London fans, right? So he was
Yeah,
playing everything October London did from the time he started to up until now, man. And
he
like
raw.
I had listened to like 4 or 5 songs, but man, to to really hear the interview were were Marvin Gaye's brother and his daughter Nona sign off on telling him he can anything he want to remake of Marvin Gaye's, he can have the rights to do that. And a young artist like you, and then for him to be signed with Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg give him 5 million up front. I said, man, Darius on the October London vibe too, man. And so the song, when I get there, man, I said this is a whole nother vibe in a different lane. Just be patient, be patient. I know time is going gonna take its course, man. But if you be patient, you're gonna get something spectacular and something special, man. And for you to say that, it's so many people, especially a lot of people in your generation, that they have no patience whatsoever, none whatsoever. They want right now, 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 now. And so, and for you to tell, that woman to be patient, and probably she never heard that from a male, and you putting that through the format of song, man. Was
Yeah.
that an experience of yours as well, or is that what you see in your young culture, in your younger generation?
That was an experience at one point for me. Of course, it's in the culture, but I have to really say this. You know what I'm saying? To go back to what you were saying with October London, I'm a firm believer of nothing is new under the sun. So for me, like when I'm listening to those older vibes like Marvin Gaye and I can go back to the Gap Band and people like that, to me, all we're doing is adding our own style of what they did. So it's like for
Right.
me, like with these records that I'm trying to put out even in the future and stuff like that, I just feel like that was like a golden era. That was golden moments. And it's like I just want to recreate those golden moments where, everything ain't gotta be so one dimensional. So it's like for me, I'm like, man. with people like October London, you know what I'm saying? It's an artist I listen to now named Mizzy Lot. He wrote some records for Chris Brown. It's like we need that versatility. So it's like, man, nothing is really new under the sun. It's like all we're doing is just adding our own version of it. So you know what I'm saying? With these records I'm doing now, I just want to add my version. I want to add my version of what's already kind of been great. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to I'm I'm not trying to take it over. I'm trying to join in because everybody had a different vibe. Everybody had a different style. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to honor those greats. You know what I'm saying? So if I can honor those greats in my own way, do
You
it
know,
because they the real greatest.
it's like when you tell your mama, your mom, your barbecue chicken is great, but let me try some of this sauce that I made from scratch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you know what I mean? So yeah,
the
but yeah,
foundation is
man.
laid.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right, right. But you great, man, and and I always tell Icon this. I said, man, I'm just waiting for Darius to come into his own. I just need to see, I just need to see him blossoming until this this artist that people say, oh, that's THD right there. I've
yeah.
been saying that for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, he been saying that. He been,
Yeah, yeah,
you
man.
know,
So you I'm proud of you, bro, man, and I'm just waiting to hear more, man, and no slide against the slim dudes or nothing like that, man. But they really want the big boy love out there, man. Cause we ain't really had this since Uncle Gerald, since Gerald Levert. So it's time for somebody to really bring that that teddy bearness back to the
Yeah.
stage. So man, but keep doing what you're doing. I come back to you, man.
yeah, because it's funny when you talk about the Gap Band and I talk about the song. I'm trying to remember the title, but the song "Keep on Running In and Out of My Life." And
Hmm.
people
Yeah.
thought it was a simple joint, but that thing hit different because they basically talking about girl, I love you, but you kind of using me because you can keep running in and back and forth to me. You leave, come back, whatever, whatever. And like I said, that goes back to the favorite ex when you had that experience with that one person, man or woman, you had that experience with that one person that y'all keep going back and forth with each other. You kind
Yep.
of get sick of it after a while. So, but it is what it is. So let's just kind of go. Because first of all, the name of the album is Do You Love Me? So right there, already, here we go. You know what I'm saying? So, like this, bruh, like, look. So first of all, THD got these name of these titles that kind of hit anyway. So the second track on here is Best Ever. So let's talk about Best Ever. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say I know what I'm talking, what I think it is, and Jacob probably know probably what it is, but I'm gonna let you explain Best Ever.
All right. So first, I gotta give a shout out to Chris Keys. He produced that record, and congratulations to Chris Keys. He just won a Grammy on the 1111 Chris Brown album. He sent me this beat, and when I heard, for me, I was already like you said in my teddy bear era. I'm like, man, I
Hold on,
gotta
hold on,
do.
hold on, Barry. Hold on. I just want to say this. He's just so modest about it. Congratulations to Chris Keys. He's just saying, but by the way, he produced with Chris Brown, and he just won a Grammy. What?
Yeah,
How
man, my
could you,
dog Chris.
did you hate this guy, man? But by the way, you
Yeah,
know
you
what I
can
mean?
yeah,
Yeah, that's my dog, man. He from Texas too. Crazy from Texas. I ran across him, man. And especially with these producers now, man, sometimes they won't give you a chance. You know what I'm saying? They want what's already out there. And man, I reached out to him and I was so surprised when he responded to me. And I was just like, man, I like your sound, I like your style, man. He sent me some stuff over, man. That was forever respect for him. You know what I'm saying? So like he put this he created this sound. Man, for me, I'm just thinking with best ever, after I put favorite because I planned it out perfect. Like I'm all right, I'm very calculated, right? I'm very calculated. I'm like, best if I tell you my favorite X, now I know that you got a man. I know you got somebody. I know you sitting there with somebody, even though I'm writing this letter to you. So for me, this was my statement of saying, you know, he ain't me, right? I know we ain't together, but you know he not me. You know what I'm saying? You can play happy over there. You know what home is. That's why that first couple lines was, ain't no way he could take my place. I know we ain't a thing no more, but I'm gonna give you space. To me, that was me saying, you can stay over there. I'm what you think about. I had to come with a toxic vibe, for me. I just feel like that can catch an eye because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, with the listeners, like you said, you want something you can relate to. You know what I'm saying? We've all related to that. Like, dang, like, okay, you right. I may have made my mistake, but dang, you with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, we start comparing ourselves to the current dude. So that was really just my vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of sizing them up, like, dang, oh, he make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it also with me too, through the record, I started to really explain, like, dang, like, I am jealous though. You know what I'm saying? I think you love him more than me. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's crazy because she with him. But for me, I just still feel like I left an impact on your life that you just can't really get back. You can't redo. So that
Mm-hmm.
was really just my vibe for that best ever, man. That was my vibe for that.
It's funny he said that, Icon. You know why it's funny you say that?
Word
Because
that.
I'm the type of person, if I've dealt with a chick, I feel like she could never get the love from nobody else that I gave her. And
Yeah.
and 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 even when some of my ex women got married, I was like, congratulations, but you know he ain't me, right?
Yeah.
Y'all think that in our head.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So yeah,
and I'm gonna tell you something about this before we continue on with THD. And me and him talked a few times, and I ain't gonna put his business all out in the street, but I know he went through some dark moments, especially with his mom being sick and she passed
Yeah.
away. Peace to his mom and everything. And I know she'll be super proud of him because one
yeah,
thing about a lot of time with your parents sometimes, especially in the music industry, they don't support. They oh, you need to go to school to be a doctor, lawyer, this, that, and the third. But his parents always been supportive of what he been doing the whole time, even when he was in college, maybe pursuing other stuff. They always knew that this was his dream. And the thing about with THD, and me, I used to get so frustrated with him because I see the super talent he got, and I felt like he wasn't taking advantage of it. And when he finally talked and said, "Pops, man, I was just in a dark place," you know what I mean, and he apologized to me. And I said, "Man, ain't no need to apologize. I just know you great." And I see,
yeah,
how they say about women when they say I can see the glow on you. When this Joe came on this morning, he come in like he on his Luther, like he about to go do a show right when we get off of here or something. So I was just like, man, because I used to see the TAD in some sweats and an old T-shirt or something walking out the door, and I'm like, okay, he on his grown man this morning, like he said, man. I woke up knowing, every opportunity matters at this point. So every time he in them interviews and he in public, people gonna see that real vibe, that R&B vibe, that oh, I'm here to take over the game. So we just gonna continue down the line. And one thing I'm gonna say about this album I like is that it's not long and drawn out. It's quick and to
Yeah.
the album for so everybody in here listening, listen. It's only seven, especially for this generation. It's 7 songs, 21 minutes. So it ain't no hour to an hour and a half out your life. You gotta listen to this joint. It's a
It's
quick step
legit.
song album where you can get what you need out of it and keep it moving for your day and been having thinking about these songs and probably play it over and over. So we got the next song. We're gonna go right on down the line. Don't leave me alone. So once again, that's one of them records. Don't leave me alone.
hey, but you know what this is, man? This kind of remind me of the Silk album, man. You know when when Silk had all them titles on their album that had me in my bedroom in there. Every title
Yeah.
fit the scene. Or when you had that Jodeci stay fiending, come and talk to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you kind of we can say I can say you've been around that music vibe of where you paid attention. whether it's artists your age or whether it's, just like I tell people all the time, man. Like me, I couldn't talk about this, and I want to say this out before you go on, man. I told Kyle, I listen to a lot of R&B, and he said, man, I ain't familiar. So I was telling him, man, that in the last several years, man, that Mario and Neo has put out some great albums, man, but it just didn't get publicized like that. You know what I mean? Um, you you have a lot of these guys that have did tracks with like pop artists, just a different market. Like you got Neo doing a track with Jesse McCarty. You got Mario that did a track with Josh Stone. You know what I mean? So I think the spotlight on R&B is gonna come back because Tank seems pissed off on how they kind of trying to shun R&B, and so and he be speaking out on it. But what you doing, Darius, man, is crazy. Them titles is crazy, man. You a young man, but you're so old school.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I gotta credit my dad too, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad's a musician, you know. Of course he transitioned to the church, so you know he's a church musician, but for me, like I'm a firm believer you gotta know where you come from to know where you're going. So it's like going back to those records, man, like I'm trying to create my own version of what was, you know what I'm saying? Just add a little twist on it, man. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Cause that to me, I forever say that was the golden eras of R&B. So it's like for me, if I can, you know what I'm saying, if I can almost like put my input in, keep it going, man. That's all I'm trying to do. Put my own little input in there, man. That's it.
I can
You know what I'm
definitely
saying? The goat's gonna be the goats. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be in a conversation, man. That's all.
Yeah, so get back to Don't Leave Me Alone. So what vibe was you on that? What that tell people what that one is about?
Got you. Again, shout out to my boy KMLK, man, with COG, man. You know, because he's a future artist on it. For me, like again, like I'm almost double down and on best ever, which is why I put that right after. I'm trying to double down on it, like you know what I'm saying. I'm telling you how I feel. I told you I'm jealous. I told you I'm in my feelings a little bit. Now, don't leave me alone. What I'm saying is, look, man, I know it's an ounce of love you still got for me. I know it ain't just faded away. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't over me. You know what I'm saying? And I know you got another man, but you know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna change the pressure I'm gonna apply. I'm applying pressure. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big boy that can sing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it. I'm a big boy that can sing. You can't tell me you ain't listening to this record too. That's my thing. I'm stepping in like, yeah, I'm gonna put this record out. Forget what I know you're gonna hear it. You're gonna listen. You're gonna download it. You know what I'm saying? You may not play it when he's around, but you're gonna play it. So that, that's really it was almost me like poking, poking, like, look, stop playing. You know what I'm saying? That it's really simple for
yeah,
me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. hmm
You know,
I think THD got that. He got that. He remind me of that. He got that Biggie swagger. You know how Biggie be talking like, you know, you love me. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
He got that Biggie swag about him or
right.
whatever. So the thing about it is man is that like, and it's funny because Jacob will say to me, man, or he'll name all these R&B artists, a lot of them, and I don't. A lot of these people, I know who Jasmine Sullivan is, and all these artists named, but I guess because I gave up on kind of R&B a while ago, the new R&B, that because Cream, when he send me stuff, he always send me hip hop artists that's lyrical because he think, okay, pops may like this, but you know, maybe one of y'all got to send me R&B artists of the day's albums for me to listen to. 'Cause like I tell Jay, I might hear a song and I might not necessarily go listen for the artist. I just like the song. So
yeah,
because my car vibing, whatever, and moving around driving these trucks, I'm listening to old school stuff. I'm not listening. I ain't listening to the radio in so long. So when
yeah.
even last year, who was the top R&B artist of the year last year, and Cream said, "Man, you don't know who that is, pops." I said, I said, man, I'm so removed from the current day R&B artists. I said, I don't know these artists. I just know the record if I hear it. So
Yeah.
right here made me say, well, maybe I need to pay more attention to this generation. So I'm gonna give you the credit for maybe bringing me back to R&B because I gave up
Appreciate that.
on it so much.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
like R&B
hey,
because I,
THD, please start sending him some of these younger R&B artists so he can get them on here so he can interview because he's so removed from R&B, man. You would think that that he toured with the Temptations.
Now
hey,
take this into account with Pops, man. Like I was nervous to send him this album. Like Cream will tell you, like I think that I was hoping Cream sent it. I was nervous because for me, one thing, I learned from being around Pops. When he vibe with something, he don't. He say, "Oh, it's cool." That really mean get back in the lab. And I could say this: I've had more misses than hits with Pops. You're gonna miss a lot with Pops when you hit. So with this album, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I asked Cream, like, what you think Pops gonna say? What you think Jacob them gonna say, man? I didn't want to sit to none of y'all. I'm like, you know, they're very musically in tune. It's with music, period. So they know what hit, they know what's a hit, they know what's a miss. So it was like, man, I was a little nervous, man, to send this album to y'all. I was like, Cream, you gotta send it, bro. Oh man, I don't know, man.
uh,
Man,
Let me.
I'd be
I'm
super
gonna
confident. Then they'd be like, nah, man.
I'm gonna tell you how I know this album was gonna hit when 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 I first when Tay first sent it to me and I seen the picture. I said, okay, it's a different vibe. Like it ain't on no young boy stuff. That man, he got a nice little fitted hat on, little tie, what I'm saying, shades on, it really looked like some R&B stuff, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know, and I said, he ain't rushed the process. He really took his time, because I've been kind of in my mind, be like, man, so when Darren's gonna drop something, man, and like from when we had all y'all on the other show, you know what I'm saying, and I was like, man, that's a variety of music that you're getting from COG. So, but I just feel like the R&B makes it pop and makes it stand out. And you didn't disappoint. You did not disappoint. You know what I mean? You put us in a chokehold. So I'm still gagging a little bit. So you know what I mean. So
yeah,
yeah, you didn't disappoint, man, and keep making great music. But my thing is we have to help you get a publishing deal because you are a phenomenal producer and a writer. And man, I really think, man, that you can write some amazing stuff, whether it be gospel, whether it be R&B, whether it be country, pop, jazz, southern soul, just wherever it be, man, because your penmanship should not have any limitations. And it's gonna be so many independent artists that you run into, man, that can sing out this world, but they can't write. And that's where you come in at. You know what I mean? So keep your pimp, even if you're not in the lab um recording tracks to put out yourself, man, keep on writing, keep producing, and have those reference tracks that you can shop for your publishing deal. You know what I mean?
got you.
Yes,
That
sir.
makes
and
I
sense.
come back to you. Back to
and
you.
I'm gonna say this too, because I was gonna get into the production part of it. Because Jacob and Cream get mad at me because you know who kind of like put the nail in the coffin with me R&B
Yeah,
Drake. And the reason why he put the nail in the coffin because I call his music elevator out because first I said first of all yeah Drake can do the little singy song stuff and it's for the ladies I get all that, but his production is the most boringest production I ever heard in my life when he do the R&B stuff. You know what I'm saying? I do the club stuff
got
and
Jacob Lee.
this is cool. I love that. But when he do that, hey, Jake, and he always got the fireworks like it's the 4th of July on every song, then I already know we about to boring.
Hey,
And all
well,
that.
listen, man. I don't think THD. I don't think there's no greater response that a female gave any younger artist, and this an older song. But when Drake put out that Marvin's Room,
Yeah.
man, listen, man, and I tell you a Putwood type man. You from 70 pounds in the hills. Drake is a Drake is first of all he's a Disney kid. You know what I mean? And so he already had that cult follower first. But when it comes to him, he makes something that most artists don't really understand why they call it that. But Drake make what you call emotion type music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's the music sense where he can put people in tune with their emotions. That's why so many people love him, especially women, because he ain't afraid of his emotions. And it ain't his music ain't never been for the males. If the males enjoy it, okay, but it's always been for the women.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have it. We're gonna get back to THD. All this BS, but get back to THD anyway, because that's just one of those.
Man, you a
He
hater, man. You
like
hating,
most,
Icon.
but most of his music that he make on that level is not gonna stick around 20, 30 years from now. But I ain't. That's a story for another day. You know what I'm saying? We celebrate my man THD because what you talking about? I ain't anyway. You know what I mean?
Sunday
Uh,
morning hate. That's crazy, man.
production wise, you know, you said you had you some producers. I can hear it because I'm like I said, I like the vibe. Too far, basically. The one thing, the way that you did is when I'm gonna tell you what you did. You strategically put this album in place. You started off, you hit people in the head with Favorite X, and you ended with a Too Far. So it didn't end because a lot of time albums end with it kind of like it starts off great and it tails off. But
Yeah.
you was like an action movie. You started off with action, with hit you in the head of ooh okay this movie about to be good, and then you ended it good. So this tell me the kind of vibing throughout the whole album and putting it together. Was it you that just on your own decided how to place each song, or was it you have some help from somebody else?
All right. So really, it was. I mean, it was really the whole team, man. Like, I got to credit, Country. I got to credit Cam, LK Cam, and I got to credit Cream. I put this album in different places. I put the songs in different places a couple times, which is why it actually took so long. Like, really, I'm a firm believer. I like to get a non-biased ear. I want people that's gonna be straight up like, nah. Because honestly, this album was really supposed to be 12 songs. We Cream and we already talked about 12 songs. 'Cause they're like, man, they ain't heard you, THD. And Cam was kind of like, nah, bro, just give him a short one. You know what I'm saying? Get to the point. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bore nobody. So like it probably took honestly, it took over a month to really put the soundtrack together. We had been done with it, but it was like, man, I okay, sometimes I think black and white, but like Cream and like Cam Eka, they think everything. It's like, oh man, they're very good at creating storylines that, you know what I'm saying, perception. It's all about perception. You know what I'm saying? So it took us over a month, man, with Country and everybody. It just I really kind of had to see what everybody was getting down with, but also I played it to different types of people before I even put this out. So you know what I'm saying? I sent it to King Country. He out there in the valley. Hey, play them records for him. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me if they respond to it, just tell me. I kind of chopped it out to people just so they can hear it, gave people sneak peeks. And that's really what helped me kind of come up with that vibe, man. I feel like the people ain't gonna lie to you. I can lie to myself. People ain't gonna lie to me. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I was, that's what I was thinking, man.
Okay, so the next record, Too Early. So in my mind, I'm thinking about a couple of things, but tell us what Too Early about.
Got you. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all can get tired of hearing me shout out the team, man. What's crazy, I didn't write that record. Cam LK wrote that record. What's crazy was I actually had pre-recorded that on a whole nother production. Like it was actually up tempo. Uh ran across this beat. I gotta go back to the classic, Tony Sway. He's the one that produced the Toxic album, most of the Toxic album with Dub, Tony Sway, man. He give you that old vibe or whatever. Man, me and Cam was sitting around talking on the phone, man. We real tight. And I heard the record and I said, dang, what if we because we already named it Too Early, but it was just up tempo like this. But I'm like, man, why don't we just slow this down? Because I don't got no slow records on. I don't got no real slow records on this. You know what I'm saying? This project, man. We started recording it, man. Can't call it a night right now, cause just. And I'm like, I just wanted some like. I think the women need some slow vibes too, man. Women need it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course in the club, we got too far, but in the club too, I'm trying to say, man, look, man, I'm enjoying this night, man. Let's keep it going for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little drunk. I know you're a little in your way, man. I don't want this to end, man. You having a good time, and it's like the ending sometimes just throw your whole vibe off. And that's really, you know what I'm saying?
So that's pretty amazing because when you say that to slow it down, and I'm thinking like how the DJ gonna even tell people at the club to slow it down and you grab your lady, get on the dance floor, man, because we ain't gonna play that many slow records. Let's get it in. They don't even say that anymore. You know what I mean? And for you to have that vibe, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like okay, let's bring it back when you have that intermission when they come on the dance floor and slow dance and really get to know somebody in depth. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because when you're
Yeah.
dancing, you're two stepping, you just having a good time. But on that slow dance, you can kind of really get to know a little something about somebody. You know what I mean? So
It's
I can
like
dig it. Man.
it's like with with this project, one thing I prioritized was I don't want to be like this. Sometimes I want to give I'm Florida. I want to be I don't want I I guess now I can say the attention span of the average person is very short now. So for me, I can give you the same vibes over and over, and after a while you're gonna say, okay, we get it. I get it. All right, I get it. Next. So it's like too early was just a way of me saying, you know what? It's especially the sounds. With Tony Sway, he's always gonna give you these different sounds, these different sonically sounds. You know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna make you say, make you think a little bit. That's kind of really what I was going for. That's why I would say this was probably the hardest project I've ever done because I'm trying to find a way to keep you entertained the whole way through. I think that's one of the most underrated things when it comes to like artists. A lot of people have favorite singles. A lot of people have favorite um songs and favorite moments, but it's like, can I keep you listening? Could you listen to my whole album without stopping, without you saying, let me take a break? So that's really what I was going for, man.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I can dig it, man. And like you say, that's kind of very rare these days. And for you to get put in your mindset and go for that, man, that's dope. I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, yeah, man. So, because the thing about it is, man, I just feel like this was gonna hit people in the head a little different because I think that's one thing about the game is even executives don't know what they want no more. All the executives is quick to want to sign all these I guess what Jane Dupree call them strip club female rappers, and that's what they everybody looking at, and then when they hear something like this, they don't know how to take it because they done got so more far removed from dealing with real R&B that they don't even know how to push it no more. So they trying to go the easy route and say, okay, if I get the ratchet chick from the hood that's gonna be twerking the whole video, then let's go over here. But I'm gonna say this when we get offline. I'm gonna hit you up because I got one little idea for you for the video. Favorite X that I think that'll help you out to set up the next record. You know what I'm saying? So
Got you.
I don't want everybody here. I want everybody to kind of
Okay,
see.
Mr. Director.
Huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Director. Mr.
Yeah,
Director
man.
now.
It,
I love it.
so Kramer tell you this, and all the artists I've ever dealt with in the past, my brother tell you this. When I hear a record, I'm gonna give y'all my secret sauce with a record. If I hear a record, if I don't picture the video, then it's not a hit record to me. I gotta
Exactly what
picture.
he
Okay.
say.
So right then I know, okay, if I see the video, then I can say this got potential to be a hit record.
Well,
Whether
well, I'm
it has potential.
I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, Icon. As I listen to this album, which I already listened to about 5 or 6 times. You know what I mean? When I listen to it and I look at the titles, in my mind, there's a TV series for every title.
Mm.
There's a TV series for every title with at least 4 seasons per
Mm-hmm.
title. You know what I mean? In my mind, favorite X a hit. You know what I'm saying? And then this goes on, man. Every title has a visual where you can really paint out the characters and paint out the scenes and stuff like that. So just put that in your mind, THD man. Like it's not too many albums or EPs that you would see where you can think in your mind, man, that's a TV series. Every song can be some type of TV series. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
what
So,
I think.
We
anyway, man,
definitely gonna talk on that. We're gonna
coming
have
on
to.
and giving us your time and to tell everybody where they can find you and how they can, and even like I tell everybody now, go back get the old records, go get the Toxic record and all those records too. But just go look at just go look at the whole catalog,
Thank you.
you know, because like I said, the growth you hit a growth in the music too from the beginning with Toxic till now. But just tell everybody where they can find you and what to look for in the future with you.
Got you. All right. So, first, you can look us up on official underscore dove D.O.V.3. You know what I'm saying? On my personal page, it's THD underscore the singer. And then we got COG underscore music. You know what I'm saying? This is where you'll find everything. You'll find the whole team. We spread the wealth around here. So, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna find me, you're gonna find the team. You know what I'm saying? Anybody you need to work with, especially for artists and stuff like that want to collab or even songwriters, man. We got a team of people for you, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You can reach out to Icon, you can reach out to Jacob, you know what I'm saying? They'll send you our way too, you know what I'm saying? We all trying to make it around here, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no one man bigger than the group. So that's how you find it.
Well, like I said, everybody, do you love me on Spotify, all major platforms? Go check it out. Go pick it up. It's that R&B of the day today that we need. And I'm telling y'all, men, women, I don't care if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever you want to call it. This is the album you need to get. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, we out.
Man.
Peace, love, and see y'all on the next go.
All right. Peace and blessings.
Brown skinned girl, and she knew I was out to go and clear my mind.